Hey everyone, welcome to the Gaming Tech channel. So this will be a follow-up video on the build that I did recently on i5-12600K, RTX 3080, MSI B660M. So it'll be a video on the thermals, how the PC performs, some benchmarking, and my review on all the components that I have in my build. So we're gonna get started right now. So right here I have my PC. And this is the same one that we built earlier about a month ago. And this was the original video title right here. And by the way, thank you guys for all the views and all the support. We're almost 100 subs, which is really nice. And yeah, so what do I think about the MSI B660M? I think it's a really good motherboard. I haven't had any issues with it so far. No blue screens, no random hiccups. I've been gaming non-stop, streaming with it. I probably run the PC for like about 6 hours a day on a regular day, so it's been really reliable. And in this video I used the RAM right here, which was 3000 megahertz. So I have upgraded from that. I have actually upgraded to Corsair Vengeance RBG Pro, 32 gig modules, running at 3600, and I'll show you that right now. We'll go over to our CPU Z. And we'll go to memory. So it's DDR4, 32 gigs, and that's the speed. So if you double that, that's 3600 basically. And honestly, that was a big upgrade from the 3000 alone. And I'll give a shout out to those two people who motivated me to make this video on the update of my build. It was this person right here who commented on my Cyberpunk video. This person wanted to know the VRM temperatures, and there was also another person who commented on the actual build video, which is this right here. And this person also wanted me to test out the GPU and the CPU at 95 to 100% load and see what the temps were like on this motherboard. So yeah, thank you to you two for motivating me to do this video. And I know this will also help out a lot of other people who are interested in a similar setup. So I have the specs pulled from the Intel's website for the 12600K. And these are the numbers that they claim: 4.9 gigahertz max turbo frequency, max E-core frequency is 3.7 gigahertz. And right here, I actually haven't overclocked anything. And when I built this PC and fired it up for the first time, my motherboard asked me this one question: if I'm running stock cooler or if it's aftermarket air or water cooler. So I chose the aftermarket air cooler, which I have right there. And just by doing that one setting, my PC has been pretty consistent with 4.4 gigahertz on all cores max load and 3.3 gigahertz for all the P cores. And I will show you that once we start benchmarking. So yeah, once again guys, there's no overclock on the CPU or the GPU, the 3080 12 gig. And the only thing that is changed is the RAM XMP profile. I've just enabled it, and just by enabling it, I'm getting the full 3600 out of my 3600 kit. And right here, you can see the 3080 12 gigabyte. And this is the base clock, and the boost clock is right here. I've actually seen this go near 2000, like 1995 megahertz. So we're continuing our testing, and now we're inside our PC. And first thing that I'm gonna show you guys is my idle temps. So right now I just have my basic softwares running in the background. PC's pretty much idling, doesn't really have anything running. So I'm gonna go over all the voltages and temps and my fan RPMs with you guys when there's pretty much no load on the PC. So here are some of the temperatures that my motherboard is reporting. And if you want to know what each of these mean, just quickly Google that up. That give you the most accurate answer. So the CPU, this is the CPU fan, and these are my system fans. And they're basically just running on an auto curve. I haven't really touched their RPMs or the speeds. So everything is pretty much stock. So when there's no load on the PC, a CPU is running at about 600 RPMs, and the PC fans, so the chassis fans, are just below 1000 RPM. This is saying system memory is utilized about 21%. Seems about right. We'll do Alt Control Del and show you guys what Task Manager is reporting here. So this is what it looks like with pretty much no load on the system. Here's the memory running at 3600 megahertz. And the GPU has about 75% load on it because we're using OBS to record. So of course it has a good amount of load on there right now. Alright, so I'm going to minimize that and continue with the hardware monitor. So our CPU temps is in the 40 degrees Celsius range. Our CPU is drawing about 22 watts. And the CPU load is about only 3.5%, jumps up to 5. And here are all the core clocks without any load on the system. The P cores and the E cores. And here are my two RAM modules running at about 50 degrees. And this right here seems to be, yeah, this is my 4 terabyte hard disk drive, running really cool. And this is one of my game drives. And this is one of the other game drives that I have. So these are both regular SSDs, running super cool again. And this is my nvme SSD for the boot drive, where my Windows is running right now. So this one right here. So that's about at an ideal temperature, not that high at all. Laptops run close to 80 degrees, so this is pretty cool for a PC. 3080 is running at about 56 degrees. It jumps up to 70 degrees when I'm gaming, but I've never seen it go over 70 or 71. And right now, since we're streaming, the fans are kicked in. But when I'm not streaming, let's say if I'm just running YouTube or something, fans don't even turn on, which is really nice. GPU is drawing about 145 watts. Here are the clocks. And that's again, that's all stock clocks. I haven't touched anything on this PC. And here is our onboard GPU that we're not using, so it's running super cool. So yeah, here are the stats when there's pretty much no load on the system. And now we'll be doing some GPU testing at 100% load and some CPU testing, and I'll be going over the temperatures at the same time. So stay tuned. This right here is my benchmark from the website called User Benchmark. You can download a little program from this website, you run it. So after you run that, it detects all of the components in your computer, it benchmarks them, it tests them, and it gives you a score. And it tells you how good or bad your PC is performing. So our PC right here, which is the MSI Pro B660M DDR4 with 32 gigs of DDR4 memory, and a 12600K i5 and a 3080 12 gigabytes and NVMe drive, a couple of SSDs. So this is the score that we got: 217% for gaming, 117 for desktop, and 218 for workstation. So right here, our Intel i5-12600 got a 115% outstanding rating. 3080 12 gigabyte also got an outstanding rating, 192%. Same goes for our NVMe drive. It is a 970 Evo Gen 3. Also got an outstanding score. Same goes for the game SSD drives that I have. Got an outstanding and excellent score. And my 4 terabyte storage drive got a good score, 69%. And when it comes to our 32 gig Corsair RAM, clocked at 3600 megahertz, it also got an outstanding score of 124%. So people with this motherboard right here typically get these kind of results. But if you look at mine, we're pretty much double that. That could be due to a lot of factors like using different GPU, using different memory. But with setup like mine, you can get pretty similar results. So for our first CPU test, we'll be running Prime 95, and I will have our CPU hardware monitor open on the left side of the screen. So here we go. Our CPU temp jumped to 65 degrees right away, and our CPU fan speed jumped to 1300 RPM, and our chassis fans are almost at 1400 RPMs. So I will run this test for about 5 to 6 minutes, just so it cycles through all its tests. There is currently no overclock on the PC. So on full load, we're seeing 4.4 gigahertz for the P cores and 3.3 gigahertz for the E cores. All the cores are at 100% load. We have OBS running at the same time, recording while we're testing our CPU at its max load. We're drawing close to 100 watts here. So yeah, I'll be scrolling up and down in this page so you guys get an idea while it's at its full load how this motherboard and this CPU performs all together. So we're close to 80 degrees already, 84 degrees, and it's drawing about 120 watts. And I can hear the fans running through my headphones now. It's not super loud at all, But I can hear the fans definitely. It never gets this loud while gaming because, you know, when you're gaming, your CPU is never 100% load. I've actually never seen this CPU go above 40% load while gaming at max resolution, like 1440p, which my monitor supports with like all the high settings in any modern game. So looks like the max temperature that we saw so far was 89 degrees. While this is how our motherboard is doing up here, I don't see any crazy numbers up here, which is really good. The CPU is running on a DeepCool cooler, an air cooler. I will have the specs in the description. And the thermal paste that I'm using is Arctic Silver 5. Just gonna double check that.
The second monitor.
Oh, I just opened up a YouTube video on my phone. It was my own video. Yes, just confirmed over here. The thermal paste that I'm using is Arctic Silver 5. CPU fans almost at 2000 RPM. System fans are at 1600. Motherboard is doing pretty good. These temps look fairly cool. And even the highest peak that we saw for our CPU was 89 degrees. That's way below its highest operating temperature, you could say. So it's within its safe limits. And again, guys, you know, your CPU is never running 100% ever, unless you're doing some heavy testing like this. This is actually my first time running Prime 95 on this CPU. Just because I haven't overclocked it and I didn't have a reason to test it. But since I'm making this video, I have a reason to push it to its limit and see how it performs. And so far, I'm really happy with these temperatures. You can see the core voltages. So I'm gonna let this test run for a few more minutes. Looks like we have found the peak of temperature. Don't think it'll exceed the 90-degree mark. By the way, my room temperature is about 23 degrees, if anybody's curious. I know it will pass the test no matter how long I run it for. Don't think it'll have any issues because we're not running any overclock or anything like that. So I will be stopping this test right here. Oh, looks like we just exceeded that 90-degree mark. 91 degrees. Alright, that being said, we'll be stopping the test right here and we'll be moving on to the next test. So for our next test here, which will be the GPU test, we'll just be running Cyberpunk 2077. As we all know, this game is really heavy on GPU and CPU. This game will make sure that our GPU is running at 100% load, and I will have the in-game overlay showing you guys all the stats while I'm playing the game. So here we go. So as you guys can see, I have my overlay on the right hand side corner, and it's showing us GPU temperature, GPU usage, GPU clock, and GPU power draw. And then in the second line we have our GPU memory usage out of the 12 gigs. So right now it's using about 5.5 gigs. And right next to it is we have our GPU memory clock. And right below that we have our 10 cores plus the 16 threads, so that's why it goes up to 16. We have the temperature, usage, and the clock. And right below that we have the overall temperature for the entire package, which is the Intel i5-12600. That's the overall temperature for all the 16 threads that we have, and its usage, and the overall core clock, which is 4.4 gigahertz, and the wattage draw, which is about 45 watts right now. And right below that we have our DDR4 RAM running at 3600 megahertz. So we're using about 9 gigs out of the 32. And below that is our frame rate counter and our frame time counter, and that's in milliseconds. And we have a frame time graph showing us the same thing. So now we're gonna get into the game. I'll show you guys my settings. Okay. So for graphics, we're running high texture quality. DLSS is on performance. And here are rest of my settings. We're going to continue the game now.
Hey everyone, feels great to have you back. So then, did y'all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City called Kujira, or the Whale? Apparently the Corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese waters, afraid some local fishermen might harpoon it for scientific research. But honestly, it's quite the power move. Wonder what new
Even with the DLSS on, we still have 100% load on our GPU.
I am so sorry.
99%.
President Myers,
and it's drawing 300 watts right now. This GPU is rated for 350 watts. That's its TDP. So we're pretty close to that right now.
And who might you clowns be?
Name's V. This is Jackie Wells.
Oh. Is that supposed to sound familiar?
It will soon. We're here to see Dex.
Yo, Dex. Got 2 live ones saying they're here. Yeah? Alright then.
So we're getting about
Says he
70
needs a second or
FPS.
two. Go get yourselves drinks or something.
It would be a lot lower if you're not using DLSS.
This is it. Heart of Night City. That's it right there. Beating. Hear it? Can you imagine? All set on
Looks like we're up.
Hey, that's...
Thought... You order. Say... Get... Tonight's City. How'd you know? Deck's a regular.
Break a leg.
Thanks.
This way. Damn, Holmes. You're huge. Work out? Same here. No, in the ring. You do some kind of exotic shit? Huh? Kempo? Ninjutsu? Think you could take me? Drop me?
Sure. In here.
That's right, Excelsior. Cold hard eddies as per usual. Gotta bounce. Well, if it ain't Mr. V.
Whole family?
Alright then.
Thanks for your help back at the scav haunt.
A few Reapers.
Sweet booth. It's soundproof?
The GPU doesn't really go above
Go
70
on now, don't be
degrees.
shy.
Well as I could have.
So,
Think she just wanted to see.
this.
Well, here goes nothing.
Me and Dex have already covered the
A del-
Oh. It's about. I'm good. Something I gotta take care of first.
Sin problemas. Meet you by the... Just don't forget to suit up.
Get you anything?
My systems inform me that we await one other passenger.
Yep, on his way, catching up.
Welcome on board this Delamain service. With Delamain, you leave your problems at the door.
Son of a bitch. Better fucking believe I will.
I see no reason why you should be using expletives.
Oh, yeah? What about that time I wanted to hire you for my cousin's bachelor party, huh?
Unfortunately, we do not take on such contracts.
3 months I'd been saving up scratch. Eh, water under the bridge. Hit it, Del.
Before we begin our journey, I must verify the identities of all customers. Please proceed to connect your personal links.
I'm gonna turn the DLSS off right now, and you guys will see
Excelsior package
how the
activated.
frame rate will just drop
Excelsior?
by a
Oh,
large
this
amount.
just keeps getting...
CPU usage will also drop because it'll be more load on the GPU. Turned off.
Hang on. Watch this.
We're down to 30 FPS.
Delamain, initiate combat mode.
That's crazy.
My apologies, but you do not appear to be in any
The
sort of
3080
danger.
only gets
Huh.
30
Oh, well.
FPS at
Trust
1440p
me,
in
you'll mow down an
Cyberpunk with
army
max
of
settings.
ninjas if it comes down
Well,
to it.
near max settings. We're at very high for ray tracing, not psycho. So, and yeah, instead of 50% CPU usage, we're down to only 26, 27. So I'm gonna go back and turn the DLSS on and watch the FPS jump up as well as the CPU usage. I'm choosing performance because the quality doesn't really sacrifice that much. We do get higher FPS with ultra performance, but you'll have lower picture quality. So we're back in the game, and our FPS is a lot more normal now, so above 60, and our CPU usage has also jumped up to 46%. So that just shows that DLSS takes some load off of your GPU and uses more CPU power because it's running lower render
We are
resolution.
nearing our destination.
Yep.
Excelsior,
Don't
what
gotta
else
tell
is
me.
included?
Comprehensive health coverage, including the handling and disposal of a client's remains should death occur on board.
Damn. Shit got dark pretty quick.
Dex ain't skimping, is he?
At least we got some clue where his 65%'s going, huh? Excelsior. This is how you want to cruise.
But we have
into
been
the
playing the
major
game for a
leagues.
while now, and the temps have been really consistent. GPU did not even touch 70 degrees Celsius.
Wouldn't get overly excited.
Hmm?
Haven't gotten there. Not yet. Dunno, Jack. Kinda feels like you're losing that steel grip of yours.
Huh.
And also
Seems
the
to me
CPU
like it's
temps
you've
have
got
been
some kind of
pretty
problem.
low, under 60, which is really nice.
Need you to keep your head clear and in the game. We got a job to do.
It's never, ever been clearer in my whole fucking life. Let me explain something to you, V. My whole life I've spent in this shit around us. And I ain't going back.
Hey, how's things?
Smooth as fucking sandpaper.
We'll be, pulling up to the hotel soon.
Listen, set up a direct encrypted line to guide you through Konpeki. V, ring Jackie now, see if we're in sync. Can't be too careful. And?
Got static. Say something, Bug.
The greatest crimes issue from a desire for excess and not from necessity.
Say what now?
Aristotle. Guess you read me then.
Yeah, I read you. Not so much your Greek friend, though it was kind of exciting.
Could give it some thought. Try to understand. How about you, V?
Read you loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay, tech checks out, looks like.
Será mejor que sí.
Stay in touch.
Thank you for choosing the Delamain service, and best of luck. I shall await here for your return.
Shit's finally happening. Almost forgot, no iron, huh? All right, Harry. Let's go. Hold on. Let me grab the flathead.
We're out front, Bug.
Member, reservations in your name, Ramon. You're there to meet Hajime Taki, military tech
Welcome to
department rep.
Konpeki Plaza.
Papers are for the flathead.
No sweat.
Welcome to Konpeki Plaza. Please come through single file.
You got it, home. Sir?
Hold on. Got something. Care to explain why you're bringing military equipment onto the premises into Konpeki Plaza?
We're arms dealers.
Excuse me?
Ah, you are here to see Taki-san, am I right? Please, accept my apologies for the confusion.
This should only take a moment, sir.
Go ahead.
ようこそ Greetings and welcome to Konpeki Plaza.
We'd like to check in.
Of course, just a moment please. The name on the reservation is?
Victorino.
Double room, 2 adults, 1 night, correct?
That's the one.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and notify Taki-san of your arrival.
Shit, no good. Not part of the plan. Talk her up, V. Stall.
That won't be necessary. We'll go freshen up first. Notify him ourselves.
But Taki-san is expecting you, no?
Señorita, do you know how long we've been traveling? 18 hours from New Barcelona. With a delay on Medikey because some cyberpsycho blew himself into bits inside the terminal.
Oh, a nightmare.
Of course, I understand. You'll be in the Lapis Lazuli suite on level 42. Oh, one more little formality. Please validate your SID chip.
Honor's all yours, Harry.
Everything seems to be in order. We wish you a pleasant stay.
Thank you.
Better get going.
New Barcelona, really?
It's called improvising. You should try it. What do you think, Harry?
Hmm?
Quaint, cozy. Not like the hotel we had in Zurich for that convention.
Don't need that, Jack. Enough.
What? Taking this seriously.
Top of the line.
Bar don't look too shabby.
Welcome to Konpeki Plaza. We don't do reservations weekdays, so feel free to grab any available table. Or a couple of stools at...
Good.
Wouldn't hurt to take a peek inside.
Shit. Looks like some fucking going upstairs.
So I hope you guys really enjoyed this build update video and some of the testing that we did on the GPU and the CPU. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. A subscribe would be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. have a good day or have a good night. Peace out.